Well, I can't believe it is the end of the summer already, end of August in a couple days, and well, maybe we'll be lucky for us up in the mountains. We'll get a few bonus weeks of summer in September, but usually when September comes, you get the leaf changing and you get the yellow and you get the cool temperatures. Right now it's pretty toasty in the sun. I'd say it's probably in the 80s, and this is the last hurrah for us, I know. So I was going to show you the garden, how that turned out this summer. Nothing prolific. A couple things did well, but I really didn't put a lot of effort into it. Mostly just lettuces, but I did have some monster kale. And this monster kale started off as the hydroponic kale from the winter, and then I planted it and it took off. And that's just done really well. So much so that I think I'm going to make some kale chips. So I'm going to harvest some of that kale, make some kale chips, guys. I'm letting a lot of things go to seed. So you can see all these flowers. That's where my radishes went to seed, and I'm just letting them go. And the lettuce is going to seed here. They got a little bit too bitter to eat. Same with this one. Once it bolts, you can't really eat it. Too bitter. There's a small one right here, and then 3 more heads of romaine right here. And then I do have some bean plants. And it looks like they're trying to make some beans finally. I don't know. I think I have one more green bean plant right here. Oh, look, my first green bean, almost regular sized. So, not super prolific, guys. This is kind of funny. The green, oh, there is a few green beans on it, but you'd expect a little bit more. I didn't plant that many plants, truth be told. And then I have a couple of beets right there, but they're not too big. So the bees are there trying to get the last of the pollen they can find. They've really been searching, and I did get one surprise out of my garden. I got this giant sunflower that I didn't plant. It planted itself. So just one lonely sunflower in the whole garden. But must have been lucky. A bird must have dropped a seed from the bird feeder, and then here we go. And the bees are all over it. I think next year I might try to plant a lot of them because the pollen and the nectar off the sunflowers. So it's a late blooming flower too. We still have green grass, believe it or not. Last year it was all brown, and a lot of wildflowers. All the seeds that I planted finally came up in their planters. And this one that had sage in it didn't do too well. I think it almost got too much rain, so I'll probably dig that out for next year. And then here's all my wildflower seed mix that I planted. It's funny that it all starts to come up at the end of the summer, so hopefully we have enough nice days where I get to fully enjoy all these wildflowers for as long as possible. After I harvested the honey last week, well, I ran into a little trouble trying to give the bees back their frames. They went to clean them up, and boy, they created quite a swarm of bees over these used honey frames. And then they got after the hummingbird feeders. Summer hailstorm. What the heck? It doesn't look a lot bigger than the trailer that you have.
Huh?
It doesn't look that much bigger.
Yeah, it's the same one I had before.
Oh.
Apparently this doesn't want to stay in when you're on the bumpy road.
Yep. So, why do you have a trailer?
Tractor's broken.
Ah.
Again? Oh well. Just won't. It's like 2 years ago. It won't rev up all the way.
Oh.
release the pressure.
Before you take the hoses off?
Yeah, otherwise, when I try to put them back on, I can't push them in.
Oh.
I can get them off, but you can't get them back on.
Oh.
And then I have to crack open the pressure in here to release it. Comes off easy. I'm going to take the loader off.
So little. Looks like a lawnmower. Should they do it? It's an interesting crank system. All right, here I go with all my garden kale. So I had to wash it like 5 times because of the aphids that were in there. So I probably got 90% of the aphids out, hopefully. Anyway, so the next step is I'm going to do a little marinade and then kind of coat my kale in the marinade and then put them in the oven to toast them up into kale chips. So I got a mix of seasonings here. My go-to is like a soy sauce, and this one is cocoa aminos. It's a little bit sweeter. And I'm just going to add a little bit of Worcestershire to that. And this one's really good. This one's called ginger juice. And then also a really good flavor is pure sesame seed oil. So garlic powder. And I might put some of this on after this is like a barbecue seasoning, a little bit more salt. So, and then the other seasoning I have is nutritional yeast. This kind of gives it a cheesy flavor. Put a good portion of kale in there. I've got several cups, and then I'm going to mix this flavoring in there, just so it all gets coated. And now I can add my nutritional yeast in there. nutritionally, this gives it like a little bit of a crispy coating as well. You can always add more seasoning after. You don't want to pile it up too much. Keep a single layer. This one's ready to go in the oven. So I'm gonna have to check on these every 10 minutes. I forgot how much time they go in for at 400. It might be 20 minutes till they get really crispy. So I'll just be keeping an eye on them until I get to the right level of crunch. And here we go. This is what they look like coming out of the oven. So crispy. Some of them are still a little soft, but for the most part, they actually are pretty tasty. Yep, kale chips.
Ah, sweet. That's good.
Pretty good stuff, huh?
Oh yeah. Probably the best way to do kale.
Mmm.
Better than a salad.
Better than salad, yeah. Okay, so we are sitting around with a bunch of tractor pieces. No tractor.
Something is amiss with the tractor again. It's been a couple of years actually since we've had a problem. But Dave, my neighbor, was using it, and he was using it at low RPM, so he didn't notice there was a problem. But as soon as he went to rev up the RPMs, they didn't rev up. So the check engine light had come on, and that's experience we had before. The check engine light comes on, it won't go to full throttle. So it's pretty, well, you can use it a little bit, but.
So the only cure is to get the computer reset, apparently? Is that?
Well, we'll see what they say as far as what the actual problem is. Who knows? Maybe it's a different problem. Last time we just had to reset the computer. It was a $500 fix to reset the computer. And that's because I have to rent a trailer to take it there. I have to rent a trailer to take it back. It's 2 days worth of travel. Last time I took it to the dealer that we bought it from, which is in Lake George, Colorado, which is 3.5 hours south and then west. So I decided to take it up to Fort Collins to a different dealer, much closer. It's only about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. Plus, the rental place that I used to get the trailer is on the way to Fort Collins. So pick the trailer up after work, load it up, take it to Fort Collins, and on the way back I can just drop the tractor off. So
the check engine light's one problem, but they're going to fix a couple more things on it.
Yeah, so there's a leaking seal on the front axle, front right wheel. When I park it, you can see the little puddle underneath that portion of the tractor. So, and then and then the lights aren't working, so I'll probably have them fix the lights, and then change the oil because we're getting ready for winter here soon, so we'll need to be using it. And then I need to do excavating for the shed, so get that all squared away for winter time.
Oh, we got to prep people on the shed, so we'll do another video about working on the shed. Looks like we're going for it.
Yeah.
So, and on the shower's getting wrapped up too, so we'll keep you guys posted on those two.
Yep. Just waiting on a permit for the shed, so might get started though.
But now we got to wait on our tractor, so hopefully they can squeeze us in. They said we're on the waiting list, whatever that means.
Or in the queue.
In the queue for getting work done. So hopefully that doesn't mean we're without it for 2 weeks, but.
So there wasn't, when I stopped, I dropped it off Saturday, nobody was there. I just put it in the back, and didn't look like a whole lot of used tractors just sitting there. So I did see a really nice tractor with a cab on it. Wouldn't that be nice in the winter?
Well,
so
maybe next time. But I see you enjoyed the kale chips. I can see them in your teeth.
Yeah. Good. I was wondering if I would have a bunch of kale chips in my teeth.
But a bunch of kale, it's a bunch of green in your teeth. Anyway, so summer's wrapping up for us, but wouldn't be official without some kind of tractor video. And anyway, we're getting repairs done, but we'll be putting it to good use hopefully before the ground freezes. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's other things I'd like to do too. I'd like to get some trees planted before the ground freezes as well. So we'll see.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.